I felt like I haven't come on here and just chatted with y'all in a while. And there's always new people coming around and joining the squad, so get ready with me. Let's do a little bit of quick makeup and talk about some things you might not know about me. This is so informal, it might even be a little bit blurry because I'm using my front camera. I normally use my back camera, but this is just gonna be like so informal. It's just gonna be like a little FaceTime, you know, so I don't really care. I was saying the other day in a video that in a video previously, I was talking about makeup and I got a bunch of messages being like, you wear makeup? I've never seen you wear makeup. And I was like, that's kind of the point. I like to do no makeup looks. And then the responses to that were like, okay, well, what's your routine? Tell us your routine. So I'll walk you through what I've been doing for the summertime because it's slightly different. A little bit of this primer. Those of y'all that might be new around town here, my name is Carissa and I'm 27 years old, even though the internet seems to think that I'm in my mid-40s. I'm 27. I go ahead and let that get like nice and sticky and tacky, and then I've been using this Haus Labs foundation in D74. I hope that that's the color. That's not the color. The color is 110 light neutral because your girl has not seen the sun in like 4 summers. So I put a drop of that, and then I add in a drop of this Lumi Glotion in shade 902, and that is actually the shade. Whoop. I get asked every single day if I went to culinary school. I did not. I did go to college, though. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration. I learned so much, but I'm going to be honest, I absolutely hated every second of it. Well, that's not true. Anyway, I graduated and I used my degree and I worked a 9 to 5 until I had my oldest. And like I said, I learned a lot, but definitely did not have a passion for it. I mentioned in a video recently too that my husband proposed to me when I was 21, and then a bunch of y'all were asking me if I was Mormon. No, we're not Mormon. I do love The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, though. I will say that. But speaking of religion, my husband and I were raised completely different religions. I was raised Catholic and I went to Catholic school. So while I know a whole lot about the religion, I was never really like devoted to it, if that makes sense. Then I take a little bit of this concealer in the shade Vanilla. I'm actually almost running out. And then I just take a little brush and I'll add a little bit under my eyes. And then if I have any breakouts, which I had a ton of breakouts last week, I'll add it on there too. My husband and I met in college, and as far as why we got engaged young, I don't know. I like to just say that, like, when I knew, and when he knew, and it just happened to be that we were pretty young when it happened. We had our daughter when I was 24, and then our son when I was 26. This is shade Sand in this bronzing stuff. I think you pronounce it Say. Is that how you say it? Say? I don't know. It could be Say. I don't know. Was that aesthetic? Do like a few drops there, you know. A little bit up here. If like I'm really trying to be fancy, I'll just put like a little bit on my nose, but I don't really do that every day. And then I'll just use this giant brush from Sephora. It's the number 80. I don't actually know what it's meant for. I kind of just use it for everything. I'm a Scorpio, which basically just means that I'm super stubborn, but like in the best way possible, you know? I've never had a large friend group. I'm someone that's more so a quality over quantity person when it comes to friends. I keep my circle very small, right? So I've got my 2 older sisters that are obviously my best friends, and then I have maybe like 3 other best friends. One of them actually I just kind of consider a third older sister, even though she's not biologically my sister. She's just been in my life for almost 2 decades, believe it or not. Rhea, if you're watching this, you've been in my life for almost 2 decades. I did the math before this video. And then I've got my high school best friend, who actually we've been friends now for like 16 years. And then I've got my college best friend, which, believe it or not, we've known each other now for like 11 years. Like I said, I'm a quality over quantity kind of gal, and I keep my circle really small. I can be a social butterfly when I want to be, but I can also be an introvert when I want to be. I'm going to be honest, I got the travel size of this to try it because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. This is the shade Hope of the Rare Beauty blush, and I actually really like it, but I had really, really bad teeth, and so I had braces for 2.5 years, I think. A lot of my content centers around food, so back to the culinary school thing. No, I never went to culinary school. I've just always had a passion for cooking. I honestly think that it's just in my DNA because my dad's always always had a passion, and then his grandmother has always had a passion, and his mom as well. So I think I just always have. Like, I remember being 12 years old and watching the Food Network and just learning, I don't know, how to make coconut shrimp on a Sunday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm a self-taught cook who just has always had a passion for it. I'm really good at multitasking, and I feel like that is something that I learned when I was a waitress, because if y'all have ever worked as a waitress or a waiter, you just know that you're going 90 miles an hour and you're doing multiple things at once. And honestly, now being a mom, game changer. Parents, if you know, you know, you're always multitasking. I forgot to mention this powder stuff. I am the youngest of 3 girls, and things were definitely not that fun in my family's house until I came along. I'm also really sarcastic. Then I finish it off with this, which is Kindness. It's the Lip Souffle by Rare. Take these out. I'm gonna run out of time, but that's a little bit more about me. Oh yeah, and this is the makeup look.